The small town of Walterboro, South Carolina, has been captivated by the double murder trial of Richard Alex Murdaugh, a former attorney whose family was once one of the most prominent in the state. As the trial entered its fifth week, Netflix released a new docuseries, Murdaugh Murders, a Southern scandal, directed by Julia Willoughby Nason and Jenna First, the team behind Amazon's Blue Ridge and Netflix's The Pharmacist. The three-part docuseries delves into the scandals and criminal allegations surrounding the Murdaugh family, including the fatal 2019 boat crash involving Murdaugh's younger son, Paul, the unsolved 2015 homicide of Hampton County teen Stephen Smith that has been linked to the Murdaugh family, and the 2021 murders of Paul and his mother, Maggie. The Murdaugh family had long been a pillar of the community, but their legacy began to unravel with the death of teenager Mallory Beach in a drunken boating accident, in which Paul Murdaugh was the alleged driver. 2 years later, in June 2021, Paul and Maggie were found brutally murdered near the dog kennels on their property. Alex Murdaugh claimed he had been away from home visiting his ailing parents and returned to discover their bodies. The second episode of the docuseries, titled Murders at Moselle, delves into the deaths of Paul and Maggie. The evidence presented in the third episode disputes Alex Murdaugh's account of the evening, with high-velocity impact spatter on his clothes indicating that he was with one of the victims at the time of their death. Additionally, a video taken on Paul's phone captures Alex Murdaugh's voice about 15 minutes before the murders are thought to have occurred. While this evidence does not prove Murdaugh's guilt, it does raise serious questions about his involvement in the crime. In July 2022, Alex Murdaugh was indicted on murder charges and pleaded not guilty while being denied bond. The filmmakers were unable to secure an interview with Murdaugh, leaving many questions unanswered. Through interviews with journalists and other key players in the case, Murdaugh Murders paints a compelling portrait of a family dynasty brought down by corruption, power, and cover-ups. The docuseries offers a deep dive into the case, shedding new light on the events that have captivated the small town of Walterboro and the nation at large. Murdaugh's double murder trial and the deaths of his wife and son began January 23rd and is expected to last for another week or so. Alex Murdaugh's surviving son, Buster, took the stand to open the Tuesday session. While his testimony was emotional at times, it offered no real insight or new evidence. Buster, who was nicknamed after his great-grandfather, the former longtime 14th Circuit solicitor, said that June 7, 2021, was just a normal day with normal conversations and text messages between family members until his dad called him about 10:30 that night to tell him his mother and brother had been shot and killed. Following the deposition in that trial, Alex Murdaugh must then stand trial on more than 100 other criminal charges. Trial dates and locations have not been set in these cases. Along with the criminal charges, a slew of civil court cases have been filed against the disbarred South Carolina attorney. Murdaugh has already signed a $4.3 million confession of judgment in one lawsuit involving the Gloria Satterfield estate. The wrongful death suit of Mallory Beach could be heard as early as this summer, according to the state newspaper.